SULD e-learning module. Welcome to the e-learning module for the SULD web-based demonstration version, developed in the context of the Aqua-Add project. Aqua-Add, funded by the EU through Interreg 4C, aims to deploy the added value of green and blue spaces in local and regional development. The SULD Decision Support Tool, standing for Sustainable Urbanizing Landscape Development, is one of the outputs of the Aqua-Add project. SULD is a hedonic pricing simulation model that allows us to assess the impact of location-specific green-blue space and infrastructure projects on the location and density of residential development, population density and composition, household living space, and real estate values. SULD provides information that is normally not available to stakeholders in the urban planning process and hence aids local authorities and stakeholders in sustainable land use and planning. In the SULD web-based demonstration version, you will be able to select from a range of projects and analyze the consequences for specific cities and regions in Europe, namely Copenhagen, Bremerhaven, Eindhoven, Lyon, Aveiro, Imperia, Debrecen, and Sofia. The Home menu allows you to select which city you would like to analyze, using either the top menu or directly on the map of Europe. This is a Google Maps-based application, and therefore all navigation tools and functionalities are available, such as zoom in and zoom out, or the choice between map, satellite, and street view. As you move your mouse over a city, a dialog box appears containing information about each city's study area. You can then select the city of your preference. In this case, Bremerhaven will be selected. Bremerhaven's study area is defined by the red square, and the yellow polygons signal the possible project areas. Again, by moving the pointer over the project areas, either on the map or on the menu above, you can learn more about each project before making your selection. You are able to select more than one project, although not all potential combinations are valid. In that case, an error message will be displayed. Once you have selected the project you wish to analyze, Project 8 for example, just press Create Scenario. Scenario results for Project 8 are now displayed, starting with the land use map. Because the differences may be hard to spot, you can press Highlight Differences to see what has changed as compared to the current situation. In this case, we see a contraction of the urban residential area on the south of the study area. You can also analyze the results in a table or a graph by pressing the respective icons under Display Results. Note that you can also switch within the dialog box and that the full table is available for download. Exactly the same procedure applies to the other variables available for this scenario: household type, household density, and housing price, which can be changed in the menu bar below the maps. Further, you can use the Projections tool to change either the population or the family income in the study area. By moving the bar to the right, for example, you can see the same scenario, but with a 5% increase in population. As a result, all variables, difference maps, tables, and graphs change accordingly. You can explore them at your will, or else simply return to the 0% situation. If you wish to compare a scenario, either to the current situation or to another scenario you create later, use the Manage Scenarios menu on the right. Here, you can add or delete scenarios as well as go to the Compare page. As you can see, the base scenario is in the list by default. To add to the list the scenario you just created, simply press Add Scenario. You will have a choice of continuing to see the scenario or else go back to the city page to create another scenario. We will stay in this scenario for now. If you now go to the Manage Scenarios menu, you can see that Scenario 8 has been added to the list and that the Compare Scenarios button is available. Let's press it. The scenarios are displayed side by side to a maximum of 4, being that the first is always the base scenario. The same functionalities as before are available. You can change the variables as you can visualize the different maps, tables, and graphs, which will display the results for all the scenarios being compared. Also, if you change the view in one window, then all windows will update accordingly. When you are done comparing, you can always go back to the single scenario view by pressing the scenario name. In the Manage Scenario menu, you can also delete a scenario or simply press to add a new one. Remember, you can only have a maximum of 4 scenarios in the list. You can always return to the initial city page by pressing the city name above, but remember that you will lose the created scenario if you have not added it to the list. If you change to another city, all information will be lost, as the error message will specify. You can always start over pressing the Home button. In the lower menu, you can learn more about the project and see a list of important links. We hope you have a good learning experience in exploring the SULD web-based demonstration version. Please note the terms of use before using any information or materials available on this and associated sites. Feel free to contact us by email if you have any questions about SULD, the website, or about the project. Testing the SULD decision support tool in these 8 cities, we were able to uncover 4 major tendencies regarding the establishment, reintroduction, or requalification of green and blue spaces. First, cities become more compact as people are willing to live in smaller spaces when closer to an attractive area. Second, population density increases as green and blue spaces attract more people. Third, there is an appreciation in real estate values as people are willing to pay more when living closer to an attractive area. Finally, changes in demographic distribution patterns will occur as higher income households are attracted to these more attractive areas. Note, however, that the value added for green and blue space depends on 1. The quality and size of the intervention, 2. The location of the intervention relative to existing residential areas, urban centers, and environmental amenities, and 3. The social classes attracted to the intervention area. Thank you and welcome to the SULD web-based demonstration version.